Hi Capricorn, welcome to your February 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. I'm Anisha. Welcome to my channel. I talk everything around astrology and tarot. For those of you who are new to my channel and you want to know more about my work, you may visit my website tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity regarding your love life or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Capricornians, February is another quiet month. In fact, we started the entire year on a quiet note with two planets that were retrograde, Mars and Mercury. They're both direct as I speak now. But with February being a month of internalizing, of centering ourselves, of aligning ourselves to what it is that we want for ourselves for the year ahead, has a quiet and a gentle note. So take this month to maybe look at your New Year plans or your New Year goals or resolutions, if you may. Even for those of you who do not believe in it and consider it as a waste of time, do look back and see as to what is it that you have achieved so far and where is it that you would like to go. March is a month where the fireworks are going to be happening. And importantly for you, Capricornian, you can heave a sigh of relief because Pluto has moved out of your sign after 20 years. And it has been a tumultuous 20 years with a complete makeover of who you are, your value system, your belief system, the relationships. People have come and gone, marriages have got broken, you've got remarried, divorces, career changes have happened, location changes. Some of you may have changed cities, countries, and you could have completely overhauled yourself, and that is what Pluto does. And now Pluto in March is going to be moving in Aquarius for the next 2 decades. I've spoken about this in great length in my annual video. Should that interest you, you may go and watch that for your sign. Now, February again is a month to internalize everything that has happened so far for you. Let me break down February for you. On 5th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, intimacy, and this is also the house of transformation, a very Plutonian energy around it. So full moon speaks about something is coming to an end. Maybe a partner's income is coming to an end. Maybe for some of you, it speaks about a power struggle that ends over here. In some way, it does indicate that a partner's income gets affected by this. Maybe indirectly that affects you as well. And in some cases, it could be that maybe some legal issue comes to an end. Maybe a court case finishes during this time. Maybe you reach an understanding around a certain legal issue that may have been pending for you. On 12th, we have Mercury that moves to the house of earned income, and this is also the house of self-worth, and it is joining Saturn and Sun over here. So Mercury is going to be bringing about a lot of conversation as to how it is more that you can earn money, how it is that you can maybe add more income to yourself, more business ideas, and this really speaks about your own ability to earn money. So it could be with Saturn and Sun also being over there that you have by now, and even Saturn is going to be moving its moving signs in March as well for the next 2.5, 3 years. So Saturn has been there for you, and it may have taught you lessons on whom to trust as far as financial decisions are concerned. And because this speaks about your earned income, people who are working in jobs, it may be that you have learned some very hard lessons with Saturn being over there. Not just being disciplined, but also trusting your intuition more, Capricornians. And Mercury will see you networking quite extensively as far as your work is concerned. This is in the second half of mid-Feb. On the 19th, we have Sun that moves into your house of communication. This is the house of siblings. And on the 20th, we have a new moon that is there over here. Now, this is a time that, you would like to interact, or you could be interacting with people who are there in your immediate vicinity. You could be participating in a lot of events locally, and no matter how hard you try during this time, Capricornians, you will be forced to get involved in things that are happening locally around you. So, also keeping quiet is not an option, as much as you would not like to get involved, but you will be sharing your opinion, so stay prepared for that. It's a good time to be visiting siblings. It's a good time to be reconnecting with long lost friends, and there could be some amount of restlessness that you may experience during this time, Capricornian. So try and utilize this time by doing a lot of research work, by reading, and it could be a great time to be adding a skill, maybe irrespective of how old you are, whether you want to learn how to knit or to dance or to add a new language. It's a great time for your brain to be soaking any kind of information. Also, it's a very busy time for you, so you could be feeling that there is a lot that you are having to manage, and there are not enough hours in the day for you to be able to manage it. Your mental energy also could be quite high during this time, Capricornians, and be careful with new moon being over there. If you're normally somebody who's a very emotional person, depending again as to where your moon is, you could get caught in your own emotions, and you could just ignore the reason and logic, which is rare for a Capricornian, but the moon could make you quite emotional. And a lot of conversations around me, some of you may take a short trip, and you could also improve your own close environment. You could just sort of make it more nice, make it more beautiful. It's also a time maybe where you could be going over the old past hurts, and you could be thinking about people who have hurt you. Maybe this has to do with a sibling, maybe some old wounds come to surface as of now, and maybe you would want to talk about it. Maybe you want that healing to happen as well. Curiosity is quite high during this phase, but ensure that you're not turning it into a gossipy vibe. So mind your own business, Capricornians. Try not to get involved in other people's issues. Siblings could bring up some amount of feelings during this time, so stay away from bickering. It could be both. It could be positive or it could be negative, but try and write down, try and journal your feelings during this phase, Capricorns. That would give you a lot of clarity. On the 21st, we have Venus that is moving into your house of home. This is a house of mother. It is ruled by Cancer, and it is joined by Jupiter over here. So it is a time, especially for those of you who are single. You are not going to be just happy with dating. You're looking at commitment. You're looking at somebody who's responsible for the relationship, somebody who's accountable. So for a lot of you, you are going to be looking for that in a relationship, and I think the only satisfaction is going to be coming out of seeing how serious the person is looking at the relationship. And for some of you, you could be quite prone to watching old romantic movies or songs, or you could just be sitting and having a good cry on your own, which is perfectly fine. And there could also be a sense of feeling very sensitive and wanting to feel nurtured. So good time, I would say, to spend some time with family. Good time to spend with some good old friends, where you can relive the nostalgia. Times you want to talk about things which are like really old in the past, and a lot of times when we bring them about, people around us tell us that, oh, forget about it. Why do you keep repeating it? And it's gone and it's done. But it's really a time where you have all the permission to sit and think about the old things, and even feel repetitive, but it could almost be soothing to your own self. For some of you, if the old wounds have been very deep, if there's some childhood trauma, if there is some trauma while growing up, It's a good time to be speaking with a counselor as well and getting some therapy as well. And some of you will try to improve the appearance of your house, and you could be buying some nice things for your house, and you could just having easier time being at home and taking care of yourself. Mars is still there in your house of business and marriage partnerships. So while Mars could bring about a lot of enthusiasm, it could bring about a lot of movement, a lot of new ideas. It can also bring about a lot of aggression. So try and be careful, especially where personal relationships are concerned, that you're not roughshotting over your partner. Also in business partnerships, Capricornians, try and listen more this month. Try not to sort of talk over people or demand too much out of them. This is Mars can make you take reckless decisions as well. So think about before you act something out, and be careful of the rashness as well, because your spoken word with closest people, with business partnerships, is something that could really be damaging if you are not careful this month. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Capricornians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.